Anu, the god of the heavens and the king of the gods. Anu was a prominent deity in ancient Mesopotamia, and his worship spanned several millennia. In this video, we'll explore the myths, symbols, and rituals associated with Anu, as well as his role in Mesopotamian religion and society. Anu in Mesopotamian mythology. Anu was one of the most important deities in Mesopotamian mythology. He was the son of Anshar and Kishar, the primeval deities of the universe, and he played a key role in the creation of the cosmos. According to the Enuma Elish, the Babylonian creation myth, Anu was the father of the gods who created the universe through a series of battles with the chaos monster Tiamat. Anu was also associated with the sky and the weather. He was often depicted as a bearded man wearing a horned cap and carrying a staff. In some myths, he was said to control the movements of the stars and planets, and he was believed to have the power to send rain and thunder. Anu was not only the king of the gods, but he was also the father of many of them. His children included Enlil, the god of the wind and storms, and Ishtar, the goddess of love and war. Anu's role as a father figure made him an important deity in Mesopotamian society, where family relationships were highly valued. Anu in Mesopotamian religion. Anu's worship was central to Mesopotamian religion, and his cult was present in many ancient Mesopotamian cities. His temples were often located on high hills or mountains, symbolizing his association with the heavens. The most famous temple of Anu was the inner temple in Uruk, which was dedicated to both Anu and his daughter Ishtar. Anu was worshipped through elaborate rituals and sacrifices. Priests would perform daily offerings of food and drink to Anu, and larger sacrifices were made on important religious holidays. These offerings were meant to ensure the favor of Anu and the other gods, as well as to secure blessings and protection for the city and its people. The Mesopotamians also believed that the gods communicated with them through omens, which were signs in nature or events that foretold future events. Anu was often consulted through divination, and his priests would interpret signs such as the flight of birds or the movements of the stars to discern the will of the gods. Symbols of Anu. Anu was associated with several symbols that represented his power and influence. One of the most common symbols of Anu was the horned cap, which represented his authority over the heavens. The cap was often depicted with the bull's horns, which symbolized strength and virility. Another symbol of Anu was the staff, which represented his power to control the movements of the stars and planets. The staff was often depicted with a snake coiled around it, which symbolized the cycles of nature and the eternal nature of the universe. Anu was also associated with the number 60, which was considered a sacred number in Mesopotamian numerology. The Mesopotamians used a sexagesimal system of counting, which was based on the number 60, and Anu was often associated with the number as a symbol of his cosmic power. Anu in art and literature. Anu was a popular subject of Mesopotamian art and literature. He was often depicted in relief sculptures, which adorned the walls of Mesopotamian temples and palaces. In these depictions, Anu was often shown as a bearded man wearing a horned cap and carrying a staff. He was sometimes accompanied by his wife, Antu, who was also a goddess of the heavens. Anu was also a frequent subject of Mesopotamian literature. The Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest surviving works of literature, mentions Anu several times. In the epic, Anu is described as the father of Ishtar, who becomes infatuated with the hero Gilgamesh. Anu is also mentioned in other Mesopotamian texts, such as the Enuma Elish and the Atrahasis. Anu's legacy. The worship of Anu continued throughout the centuries in Mesopotamia, even as the region was conquered by various empires and religions. Anu's influence can be seen in the religious traditions of later civilizations, such as the Babylonians, Assyrians, and Persians, who adopted many aspects of Mesopotamian religion. Anu's legacy also extends beyond Mesopotamia. The concept of a supreme god ruling over the universe and its inhabitants is a common feature of many religions around the world, including Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism. Anu's role as the king of the gods and the father of many of them may have influenced these later religious traditions. Anu was a powerful and influential deity in ancient Mesopotamian religion and society. As the god of the heavens and the king of the gods, Anu was associated with power, authority, and cosmic order. His worship was central to Mesopotamian religious life, and his influence can still be seen in the religious traditions of later civilizations. Through his myths, symbols, and rituals, Anu remains a fascinating and enduring figure in the history of religion and mythology.